How's it going? I'm Jody Friedman. I've been working in music licensing for nearly 20 years now. I'm a music supervisor for film and TV. I'm a licensing agent, also called a sync agent. And now, since 2020, I've been coaching online through Elite Music Coaching. And I'm here to tell you a step-by-step guide on how you can master sync licensing. I think something you probably should understand: the word sync. What does that mean? That's a very common slang. The word sync stands for synchronization, and it's the process of synchronizing music to a timed medium. That means taking music and syncing it to picture. So if you can imagine a video editor sitting in an edit bay, working on, Final Cut Pro or Avid or whatever it might be. And they have a timeline in front of them, just like a DAW. When you're producing music, you have your DAW. They have the same type of thing, but it's a timeline with video, and there's a timeline underneath. You have video options and audio tracks as well. When you sync audio to video, that's syncing it, right? So when you put music where the audio is instead of dialogue, or with the dialogue, you're syncing it to picture. That's why it's called sync licensing. That term has evolved over the years. We won't go deep on that. Let's get into a step-by-step guide on how you can master sync licensing. Now make sure you stick around for the final step at the end. It's super exciting. That's what everyone wants to do. It's usually the first thing they try to do, and it's a good thing to do, but it's not the first thing you should be doing. So everything I'm covering here, you don't need to take notes. Just click the link below. You can download this guide for free. Step 1. Always be building your catalog. That sounds easier than it is. You need to always be creating and always be recording, no matter what you're doing. Don't get too precious about that one song, that one piece of music you create. Create it and then move on and do the next and the next and the next. Build your systems and processes. Have your DAW templates set up, ready to go, so that you can build your catalog constantly. Another thing to understand when it comes to building your catalog for sync is that you're working in genres of television, genres of film, horror, drama, comedy. You're creating music with those genres in mind. So while there are genres of music like rock and pop and jazz and hip hop in TV and film, there are genres too for different types of shows. Now they also don't have to be fully produced songs. They can be guitar, drum, and bass. They can be some type of beat that you create from scratch. Avoid those samples on Splice. Don't be using those. Those do not work for sync. They cause all sorts of problems. Sorry, Splice. It's the truth. Let's move on to step 2. Step 2 is really exciting. It's about creating valuable content. So you can take one mix, which we're used to creating for radio releases, CD releases. You just release your full mix. Well, in TV and film, they need other mixes too. They need full mixes and instrumental mixes and a cappella mixes. In commercials, they need 30 seconds and 60-second mixes, and those need to be edited a certain way. They need bed mixes. They need mixes without horns, mixes without lead guitars. There's all sorts of mixes that you can create. These are called what we call valuable content, because what you're doing is you're creating all of these mixes, and then you're serving the editors, the video editors, with this content. So it's incredibly valuable to follow step 2. Creating valuable content. So not only are you offering one mix, but you're taking one song, one recording, and you're spreading it out into sometimes 50 other versions. Believe it or not, 20, 50 other versions out of one record. All licensable versions. Pretty exciting stuff. All right, step 3, mastering your metadata. If you don't know what metadata is, definitely be sure to grab this in the link below. It's free. You can download the guide. You can actually buy the physical guide on Amazon. It's like $5, or you can download the guide for free below. It's a PDF copy. So step 3, mastering your metadata. What is metadata? Metadata is what's stored in all the ID3 tags tied to your MP3s. Like the composer information, in the grouping sometimes. You can have keywords or lyrical themes. You can have genres in the metadata, subgenres, the key, the BPM. Why do you need to do this? You need to tag your songs with proper metadata, with good quality metadata, so that when editors are in the search systems for music libraries, and we're going to talk about that on the next step, they can find your song. If they search pop or hip hop or Kanye West or up-tempo or overcoming the odds or happy or feel good. All these terms are metadata that is tied, or terms and keywords that are tied to like what's going on in the picture. Like this scene feels like it needs something that's very light and playful. Let me find songs that are light and playful. So they type it into the searchable database. And if you have your metadata tagged properly and your song is truly light and playful, it should come up in that search result. So mastering your metadata, that is your golden ticket to getting placed. Truly, more than anything else, your metadata is most important. So let's review. Step 1, always be building your catalog. Step 2, create valuable content. Step 3, master your metadata skills. Get that metadata dialed in. What is step 4? This is the one everyone usually starts with, but they forget to do steps 1, 2, and 3, and that is getting your music heard. We all want to just send our music out to music supervisors. That is the wrong thing to do. In the traditional music industry, that may have worked. Just sending your records out as demos to A&R to get signed to the record label or a publisher doesn't work that way in sync. You do not want to just cold blast music supervisors with your music without following steps 1, 2, and 3 that I just went over that are also outlined in this guide. So step 4, getting your music heard. There are 4 paths to placements. One of them, which we do not support, is royalty-free music libraries. There's a lot of them online. They mainly are created to serve YouTube content creators. That is not the world we live in. There's no good money there, truly, compared to what's in the traditional licensing world. If you find the outliers that are crushing it with royalty-free music, they're not going to have royalties for life. Licensing creates royalties for life. You have public performance royalties that will come in for the rest of your life and your grandkids' lives. Those royalties will continue to come in. Every time a song is used on TV or film, it airs around the world, and there are societies set up in each territory around the world to collect and pay you royalties. That is from traditional licensing, not from royalty-free music libraries. Anytime you do a royalty-free license, you're waiving your rights to collect royalties. Okay, so that's one path to placements. The other path to placements, non-exclusive music libraries or non-exclusive reps. Usually, not always, but usually these are companies that are just starting in licensing and they're looking to build a catalog quickly. So they enter a non-exclusive deal with you saying, hey, I got one toe in and one toe out. And you say, cool, I got one toe in and one toe out. And they do the deal with you non-exclusively. So it helps them build their catalog and start pitching. For you, however, it can create issues down the line. There are certain networks today in 2024 that will not work with non-exclusive companies. They just won't. So there are certain networks that you are not able to get placements in if you're in a non-exclusive deal. So that is why we discourage non-exclusive deals. None of the artists that you admire or follow, whether it's, the Black Keys or Empire of the Sun or Kanye West again, or Taylor Swift, Lady Gaga, they have exclusive deals with their partners. They do that for a reason. It provides more value to you to have an exclusive partner that's exclusive to you. They're going to be more committed to you. You're going to show that you're committed to them, and they're going to give you more love than a non-exclusive company might. Also, the people that are licensing from them. So when I'm music supervising and I'm going to an exclusive company, I know, great, I can only get this from you. So this must be really valuable for you to sign it exclusively. You're committed to it. It's not non-exclusive. It must have value for you, right? So I'm more committed to getting that placed. And that leads me to the other path to getting placed, and that's exclusive music catalogs, exclusive music libraries. There are companies out there that distribute catalogs exclusively, and there are companies out there that build their own exclusive catalog of masters and songs that they can have their staff pitching your song if you're in that catalog. So rather than you going one-on-one and pitching to a music supervisor, you can be with a company that has 10 people on their staff, all working with the various music supervisors around the world in the various realms, TV, film, trailer, ads, trying to get your songs placed. So exclusive music libraries instead of going direct to music supervisors. And that's the last path, going direct to music supervisors. Can you get placed going direct to music supervisors? Yeah, you can. You absolutely can. You might get lucky. You might get lucky and work that relationship and nurture it, and finally you get a placement, right? Now that placement could be for $2,000, it could be for $5,000, heck, it could be for $30,000. Who knows, depending what the supervisor is working on. The question is that one supervisor going to be able to sustain your entire career? No. So going direct to supervisors really isn't sustainable long term. I've been pitching as a sync agent. I, of course, go direct to supervisors because I have a catalog and I can offer them different genres, right? I'm a business, so I go direct to supervisors. I built up those relationships with them over many, many years. That being said, I recently decided I need to partner with an exclusive music library. And I partnered with APM Music, and they're the biggest library in North America, co-owned by Sony and Universal. We partnered in 2019, and I'm so happy I did because they're getting us so many placements, and it frees me up to actually run my business. It took me about 12 years of being in this business and going direct to supervisors to realize that even I need to partner with an exclusive library. So I cannot speak highly enough about that. All right, so let's recap. Step 1, always be building your catalog. Step 2, create valuable content to serve music editors. Step 3, master your metadata. And step 4, get your music into the hands of an exclusive representative, whether it's a library or a sync agent. All right, if you liked what you heard, download this. The link is below, and we'll see you later. If you're interested in getting your songs into your favorite TV shows, films, commercials, trailers, and video games, you're going to want to check out the free guide below.